Okay, question 1 of the 2018 General Math exam. It says here, Demetrios needs $150,000 to set up a new business. He obtains an interest-only loan from a financial institution that charges a flat rate of 4.3% per annum, payable half yearly. Demetrios is setting up a sinking fund that he can use to repay the $150,000 in full in 3 years' time. Calculate the half-yearly interest payments for the interest-only loan. So here we are just working out 4.3% of $150,000. That's how much interest he would have to pay every year. To work out the half-yearly interest payments, we just divide that by 2. So here we're just looking at doing $150,000 times by 0.043, and then multiplying that by half, or dividing it by 2, either way. So head into the run function there. We'll do that calculation. $150,000 times by 0.043, which is 4.3% as a decimal, and then divide that by 2 or times it by a half. So Demetrios would need to pay $3,225 interest every half year. Okay, so double that for the yearly payments. The sinking fund earns an interest of 3.7% per annum, which is compounded monthly. Show that the amount that Demetrios must pay into the sinking fund each month in order to save the $150,000 in 3 years is approximately $3,940. So here we're going to head into our graphics calculator, finance function. We're looking at compound interest, and these are the values we need to show in terms of our working out. So N is 3 years times 12 because he's making those payments monthly. The interest rate is 3.7%. The present value, we're assuming he starts with zero money in that sinking fund and he builds it up to $150,000. PMT they're telling us here is $3,940. Sorry, we're actually working out it's approximately 3,490, so that's our unknown. The future value, Demetrios wants to get it up to $150,000, and PY is 12 because he's making monthly repayments, and CY is also 12 because interest is being compounded monthly. So go ahead and put those values in. So 3 times 12 or 36, interest rate of 3.7%. Present value of 0, the PMT we're trying to work out here with the future value set at $150,000 is what he wants to achieve. So based on that, what is the PMT? And remember, it should be close to $3,940. So there it is. The monthly deposit he'll need to make is $3,946.11. So we're rounding that up to the next cent. Calculate the total cost of the interest-only loan and the sinking fund option. Okay, so here he is making 36 payments of $3,946.11, plus he is making the payments every half year for 3 years. So he's making 6 payments of $3,225. Okay, so we will add that to the cost down here. So he's doing 6 payments. Remember, because it's for 3 years, every half year, he's doing the payments of $3,225. Okay, so this will be the total cost of that interest-only loan with the sinking fund option. So head into the run function again. 36 times 3,946, which is his monthly deposit. Okay, plus the 6 interest payments of $3,225. So the total cost in this option is $161,409.96. Moving on to the next part of the question, it says as an alternate option, Demetrios would have borrowed the $155,000 using a reducing balance principal and interest loan with an interest rate of 3.9% per annum, which is compounded quarterly. Calculate the total cost of this option and compare it to the interest-only loan and sinking fund option in Part C. So this was the total for the sinking fund and interest-only option. So for this alternate option, we'll work out the value of n will still be 3 times 12 because he's making those monthly repayments, is he? So compounded quarterly. So that should be 4 actually, so 3 times 4. The interest rate here is 3.9%. The present value is the amount he's going to borrow in this case, which is 150,000. PMT is what we want to work out here. How much is he need to pay every potentially month or quarter? And the future value he wants to get down to 0. So PY and CY should both be set. In this case, well, CY is 4 because it's compounded yearly. It doesn't really tell us what we're looking for. It's just about comparing. So you can set your payments per year to 12 if you want, but let's set it to 4. So how much does he have to pay off every quarter? Let's do that. So head into the finance function here. Again, we're looking at the compound interest, so F2, and N is 3 times 4 or 12. The interest rate is 3.9%. The present value is 150,000. PMT, let's work that one out. So let's just reset that for now. The future value wants to be 0. And let's set PY and CY both to 4, so for quarterly. So PMT here is, so each quarter he needs to pay $13,306.28. Okay, now he's making those payments for 3 years. He's making 12 of those payments, so 12 times $13,306.28. Okay, so let's work out the total cost of this option. You can do that in the run function. So 12 times $13,306.28 gives us a total of total cost of this option of $159,675.36. Okay, which you can see actually works out cheaper. The reduced balance option works out cheaper than the interest only and sinking fund option by about $2,000. Okay, so the last part of the question says compare it to the interest only loan and sinking fund option in part C. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the value from the sinking fund option, which was $161,409.96, and subtract the reducing balance option total cost, which is $159,675.36, and that will show me the difference between the two options. Okay, so how much he will save by going through the reducing balance loan option instead of the sinking fund and interest only option. So the difference works out to be he will save $1,734.60. So Demetrios will save $1,734.60 by choosing the reducing balance loan option. Okay, there it is. Question 1 of that General Math exam from 2018.